For us, a day in the dirt is the perfect way to spend a Thanksgiving weekend. With a bunch of buddies, a bunch of bikes, and some really good dirt. Yesterday, Mike Bell, assisted by Jeff Ward, Mickey Diamond, and David Bailey, held a motocross school, and in the afternoon there was a practice session for the competitors, with the proceeds going to the Steve McQueen Memorial Fund for Boys Republic. Tension and excitement build as race day number 1 is about to start. First up are the kids, on minis. The anticipation they feel waiting to ride, waiting to race, is really hard to describe. And this is the way most of us out here got started. Sitting on the line on a mini bike. Dad by our side, a stomach full of butterflies, waiting for the flag to drop. You get addicted to these dirt bikes. They're like a powerful drug. Once you get on one, it's in your blood, and it'll stay with you forever. We just become bigger kids on bigger bikes, participating in a sport that's like no other. Because you can come out here and ride with your friends and your heroes.
Jeremy, where's your mechanic? He's at home. This is, I normally wouldn't need a mechanic, but I guess I need some more speed down the straightaway, so I better put a smaller gear on.
Kind of laid back this weekend.
Yeah, trying to be laid back. Every time I go out, it's kind of turns into something serious.
Mike McCoy is 32. The day he was born, his dad took one look at him, and he's been mouse ever since. We're gonna follow him around with a camera for the weekend as he goes for the Ironman. That means he'll be doing 5 races for a total of 7 hours on a bike on a motocross track. That's a lot of time in the saddle. Mouse started riding early. He was racing by the age of 4, rode professionally until he burned out at the age of 17. And now, he's a stuntman. A lot of stuntmen got their start in the movie business because of their abilities on a bike. And most of them are out here this weekend. One of them is 48-year-old Mick Rogers. He started out as a stuntman. Now he's one of Hollywood's top stunt coordinator and second unit directors. I'm sure you've seen his work. The Lethal Weapons, Braveheart, and The Fast and Furious, just to name a few. Every year, Mick comes out and brings his family. He always goes for the Ironman. Mick's been camping here since Wednesday, helping out with the track and getting ready to race. Not too long ago, his passion for dirt bikes almost killed him.
Thank God I have a beautiful wife who's really like a good person that understands my need to ride. And at Lemon Grove, I broke my right tibial plateau underneath my knee, sheared it in half. I broke my left tibia all the way down. I took my left femur and shoved it up through my hip joint and broke it out completely. I broke my humerus bone on the left side, and broke my left shoulder, and broke my right wrist, and broke my nose, and knocked myself out for 10 minutes. And even worse, shut down Lemon Grove racetrack for like an hour and a half before they could get me off the track, which pissed off a lot of people. If I don't break another bone by the time I'm 60, I'll be disappointed because that means I'm not riding very hard.
It's pretty cool to have Jeremy McGrath out here this year. He's a good friend of Troy Lee's. Troy, along with James Cameron, hooked up to present the event with producers Kenny Alexander and Jimmy Roberts. The past 3 years have been such fun that Troy and Kenny thought it'd be a good idea this year to film everything. It's turned into, on the downside, a very expensive home movie. On the upside, a documentary with an extraordinary cast of characters. and that's made it all worthwhile. McGrath draws a crowd everywhere he goes. Right now he's on the starting line for the third race of the day, the Stunt GP. This is a team race and his partner is Mouse McCoy.
Right out there on the end. Yeah.
Oh, there is? Yeah. Okay. Come look at the track, deal, and then we'll come back.
I guess we don't even need to.
What?
We don't need to top it up because you're coming in every lap.
Yeah, I can just fill up right here.
Ooh, some rain, huh?
Yeah.
I think right.
So, think you have a mud hole now?
Yeah.
Rob Bidos flew out from Ohio, where he works for Parts Unlimited and hosts a motocross radio talk show. Rob is also going for the Ironman this weekend, but he's already started off on the wrong foot. In his first race this morning, his vintage bike blew up. Now he's going to get ready for today's team race with his partner Trevor Vines. Rob's buddy Kevin flew out with him. Check out the West Coast action and race a little. These are the guys who started A Day in the Dirt. Kenny's dad Ernie, along with Walt James, started Indian Dunes back in 1970. This is Kenny, at 8 years old, as seen in the film on Any Sunday Revisited. And this is a very young Jimmy with his dad Jay and Roberts.
Oh, that's Jeremy's extra bike. Okay.
Brought back memory. Hey, my dad's right over there.
The film industry is a unique business. You work on a movie day and night for weeks or months, and then when it ends, everyone goes their separate ways. This event gives us a chance to get back together, time to engage with old friends for more than just a few minutes, and also a time to hook up with people from the motorcycle industry that we've come to know and admire.
And I also need 42's already up there.
Totally wrong! Totally wrong! That's bad karma! You're going down!
Mouse McCoy, his teammates Jeremy McGrath. But Mouse, how do you feel about the race today?
I feel great. I got out there in the evolution and vintage class, got to learn the track a little bit more, got to rail, find some lines, got my first win under my belt, got warmed up, it feels good.
What do you think about this whole event, Day in the Dirt? Stuntmen, stars, IndyCar racers?
It's the most amazing gathering of old friends for 4 decades, guys we've raced minis with, fellas we've grown up in the film business as friends for years, motocross racers, extreme athletes, all coming together in a neutral playing field. There's no money, nothing but fun on the line here. No championship, so everybody can laugh and joke and have fun.
When that green flag drops today, Mouse, is it on?
It's on, man.
Right on, brother. Good luck.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, dude.
Mouse, I just went over with him. Like this with a flag, you gotta have your hand. It kind of goes over, you just gotta have your hand. Boom, it's gonna go with the flag. Yeah, it's pretty mellow takeoff. You don't even need to do that. You just whack the throttle and just wham! It's not that big a deal in this thing, I'll tell you.
partner McGrath, and because I had to race the first race, we didn't get any time to talk to each other at all. And I said, all right, man, here's the deal. We're going to come in, do a wristband exchange. Went over a little bit of pit strategy with Billy Hamlin. He was doing the wristband exchange. I said, Jeremy, there's nothing I can tell you about racing, so I'm not even going to start. Let's just go out there and have fun.
With the guy in the yellow, that's my red toolbox on the hay bale right there.
Okay, great.
We're the end guy, because no one can pit past us. We're the ending pit.
That gives us enough to get in that corner. Watch that exchange, kind of like a NASCAR pit.
The Stunt GP is an hour-and-a-half team race. Partners hand off a wristband in the pit area and ride every other lap of the 3-mile course. 80 teams are entered. Joining the stuntmen are actors and extreme sports athletes.
I came out just for this, and I ride these at home a little bit, not too much, but I'm just here for the fun. So I'm really psyched to watch Jeremy ride, and Jeff Emig, and all the other special guests here, and all the other great motocross riders. So I'm gonna have a blast.
That one
good? J.N. Roberts turns 60 in 2 weeks. In the late 60s and early 70s, this is the view most people got of J.N. Here he is as seen in On Any Sunday. He was a badass on a motorcycle and became a badass stuntman. He's also going for the Iron Man.
I'd like to have one like this back in the old days. It came a long way in 35 years.
Mick Rogers is teamed up with 1973 500cc national champion Mike Runyard. Mike is a stuntman and Mick's longtime friend.
A lot of great stuntmen come from motocross, so it's kind of a tradition. Okay, go slow. Figure out
Trevor Vines just found his partner, who's supposed to be on the starting line for the team race. Looks like Rob hasn't caught on to California time yet.
Nice. When you change, take a look over your shoulder and see if anybody is barreling down on you. Maybe go out onto the track. Every lap you must change. Novices, you guys hold your lines nice and straight. The experts will get by you. All right, so once again, nice and easy through the exchange area.
For many years, the Dirt Diggers hosted a unique, hugely popular Grand Prix. It was held on Bob Hope's ranch in Simi Valley. Hopetown was an actual working movie set. It was the event everyone looked forward to. Some classes filled up the first day entries were accepted. In 1967, a team of Europeans came over to race Hopetown. It was captured on film by Bruce Brown, who later teamed up with Steve McQueen to produce the classic On Any Sunday. The new word was motocross, and the competition was international. Crowds of 35,000 and more lined the course. These guys became legends. They inspired us then, and they inspire us still.
back here. They do. It's awesome. Sweet. They don't like it. Back and forth. I was like, oh man, what a squirrel.
Troy Lee works with some of the fastest racers in the world.
I was about 12 years old when I got into this. Started riding motorcycles and painting helmets, and I've never really stopped since. Me and my brother kind of play around with it, spray the colors down, but we weren't talented enough to do the pinstriping and lettering, so our dad used to kick in and make the helmets look halfway decent. Rick Johnson, Jeff Ford, Goat Brecker, Danny Magoo Chandler, those guys kind of all put me on the map. They were kind of coming through the ranks the same time I was. Of course, they all smoked by me in the later years here, but I had a good time doing it. I feel really fortunate to be painting helmets for some of the greatest athletes in the world here, man. These are the gods in the sport, and now they're true friends of mine, and I hope to someday be painting their kids' helmets. I'm hoping I'm painting Jeremy's kids' helmets, man, you know? I want to thank my crew for always just giving 100%, man. Everybody puts their heart into what they're doing, and got some great people working for me. It's really cool.
Come on, son! First time around the track's a little gnarly out there. Got McGrath jumping over your head. You got guys fatter than me falling down in front of you. It's an ugly thing right now.
A year ago, Mouse teamed up with his buddy Eric Kehoe in the Stunt GP. They battled with Sean Palmer and his partner Ryan Hughes. Hughes and Palmer were definitely on their game. Hughes and Palmer won. It's all just about fun. Oh yeah, and of course, bragging rights.
I tried to come over and you already got it.
Jacob Chambers has gone down. His injuries are serious. bikes are called off the track, and the decision was made to stop the race so they could take care of Jacob.
Racing is a dangerous sport, but we don't need to make it any more dangerous than it has to.
Winners were called to the podium as the paramedics prepared to take Jacob to the hospital and into surgery.
Myself being a full-time stuntman, Jeremy being about the biggest celebrity on the planet on a motorcycle, we came together, and Kehoe and Emig won a special guest. Is that your class? Yeah. But they beat us overall. We were a little disappointed that the race got stopped short halfway. You know, Jeremy was catching them, and my whole deal was riding smooth and letting my partner do the work. You know, I was using my resources, as they say.
You know, this whole thing's about fun and coming out and riding and being together and having a good time. And I know Jeremy McGrath, thank you for being out here. And Eric Kehoe, congratulations for the win.
Thank you.
And, you know, we all want to say thanks. And you guys, just tell us about how you felt about today, Jeremy.
Oh, I had a blast. You know, it's other than a little bit of wind, I mean, everyone's having a great time. And that was a really fun race. Eric and I were out there laughing at each other and whipping it on each other. So it was really fun. And, you know, Mouse did an excellent job. I let him down a little bit. I went off the track out there, so might have been a little closer, but it was fun.
Hey, you guys, want to thank you again. Had a great time. Thanks for being out here. Thanks a lot, guys.
Conditions started to deteriorate as a desert windstorm blew in. The cameras had to be put away, but the vet race actually took off on schedule. Jeremy McGrath had turned 30 1 week prior and signed on for his first race as a vet. 20 minutes into the race, riders were disappearing into clouds of dust so thick they couldn't see 5 feet in front of them, so the vet race was called. McGrath was leading, followed by Jeff Matasevich and Mickey Diamond as they crossed the finish line. It was time to pack it in and run for cover. Things went from bad to worse. The wind hit 60 miles an hour, punctuated with gusts up to 80. Tents, easy ups, and trash cans were flying through the air like missiles, and hay bales were blowing around like tumbleweed. The place was pretty much destroyed. What took a couple of weeks to put together was pulled apart in a couple hours. Finally, the wind blew through, and then the rains came. Thankfully, by dusk, it was all over. The crew worked until midnight and was back at it by 4 a.m., repairing the damage.
Day after a rain, this is an awesome day for a trail ride. If we weren't racing, I think everybody'd be headed out to the desert to go trail riding.
Absolutely.
I started riding when I got a motorcycle for my first birthday.
Your first birthday?
My first birthday. I couldn't ride it. I think it was a token gift. And my old man probably thought it was pretty cool to get his kid a bike for his first birthday. He raced, you know, desert out here. He was one of the founding pioneers of the desert movement out here, so to speak, you know, with Jimmy Roberts' dad, Jan Roberts, and a lot of the old-time stunt guys were some of the founding desert racers out here, true pioneers. I mean, those guys were out cutting first track through a lot of those desert sections. And you're out there now when you're trail riding, you're like, damn, man, these guys were the first guys through here, and you're wondering who cut the trails. So I got a bike for my first birthday. When I was about 3.5 years old, no, 3 years old, he had me on training wheels. And I was so small, you know, I was training wheels, and he built these riser pegs so my feet could fit on there, and he tied a rope to my arm. And I'd go down the street, he'd run next to me with a rope, and when I'd give it too much gas, he'd pull on the rope. So he taught me a little bit of throttle management at a really early age. Then I raced my first race when I was 4. You know, an old NMA race out at Indian Dunes, you know, where all the old-time guys, a lot of guys were out here, you know, Jeff Ward, Mike Brown, Jimmy Hawley, you know, Johnny O, Kehoe, so many names, you know, they grew up out at Indian Dunes. You know, we all started racing then, and, you know, the rest is kind of history. Oh, that's true. So then we had to abandon the football field. Who told you that?
Oh, I don't even remember. Someone mentioned it.
No, we just had those, because it was actually more for my safety.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I hate my feet Because you rode last year,
yeah.
your feet dangling out there, like getting in the wheel.
Yeah.
And I never get you know, and and that's how it's gonna be today.
Yeah.
Well, you know, because Big Keely's gonna go fast. Remember last year he jumped the mud hole with me on the back?
Yeah.
I hopped on, he just pinned it and jumped the mud hole.
Who's he teaming up with?
With RJ Thompson.
Oh, they're gonna be fast.
Yeah, they're gonna be fast. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that'll be good.
So.
All right, you better get ready.
Yeah, I gotta go race for my 8 o'clock.
All right.
Okay, Eric.
Good luck.
I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
But the most important thing is that coffee to warm you guys up this morning, because it's cold. What would you like this morning, sir? Pardon? Small, medium, or large? Go. 250?
This is the revised race schedule that we're putting down here, and gotta write it all down, start them all off. Good day, out here day in the dirt. Yesterday was crazy, real windy, but today looks like it's gonna be a good day.
We'll be able to find you. Come back in a little bit. Let me talk to Kitty about if the weather stays like this, we'll be able to slip you a text, okay?
What about yesterday?
Well, yesterday was interesting. That was pretty wild. I never seen it blow that hard here. It kind of, it was still racing.
What about that mini bike race?
Mini bike's fun. I mean, I had 3 kids, my son and his 2 friends. I was every place on Timmy's Cub trying to find out where my kids are, just making sure. It's just fun to watch them, you know?
What about the after race mini bike race?
Oh, that one.
2 started, 45 finished. The first annual pit bike race materialized. The race got pretty loose, and after about 100 laps, it was over and the debate was on. Who won?
Paul Tracy has the biggest, whitest ass I've ever seen. He should not show that off.
Automatic 70. There's some tears out here on 80 perspective.
Going through the pack here, passing the bikes right and left, and all of a sudden I came up from white Winnebago.
Life doesn't get any better. That's small. The track's getting better by the minute.
Is it?
Rain is so nice. It keeps the dust down.
Bob Tracy's chasing game. Hey, let me time for a lap on the big track. I'm retiring now.
Oh yeah?
I'm the king of the G. This, is that yours? Hey, Paul, I don't know Paul, was that yours?
No. Oh, really? That was funny.
After all was said and done, Paul Tracy was declared the winner. The first race up this morning is a film industry GP, which was postponed due to yesterday's freak storm. That puts Mouse on the track at 8 a.m. for the first of 3 races he'll do today. The Film Industry GP is for anyone who works in the entertainment industry in any capacity. This year, entries maxed out. Actors, stuntmen, grips, musicians, set decorators, you get the idea. Mouse won this race last year. Later, he'll be riding in the hour-and-a-half Moto aogo team race, and then with only a 15-minute break, he'll be back in the starting line at the 2.5-hour coup de grace. And Mouse will be lined up next to the legendary J.N. Roberts.
I look back at life in a very short 60 years living so far, and if it wasn't for motorcycles, I don't know where I would have went, what I would have done. I got out of the service and sold Fuller Brush and Kirby vacuum cleaners until a great man named Hal Needham grabbed a hold of me and said, "Kid, how do you go so fast on a bike?" He says, "You be cool. Teach me how to go fast on the bike, and I'll get you in the movie business." And as they say, the rest of it is history. I got to thank my son for getting me back riding. I did get out of it for a few years, but at least I caught every decade, so I can say I've rode 5 decades now, and that means something. So I want to go on, and I just got another 8 years to get into the 6 decades. Here we're almost 2002 and still on the job. The bikes, they got me off the ground out of poverty alley. I'll put it that way because I've been very fortunate in life. And I just hope to keep on riding these things for a while.
We're gonna take you on a nice easy parade lap. I'm gonna follow you, a couple of my team riders. They're gonna lead you guys around the track. They're gonna slow the pace down. I want you guys to take it nice and easy. The pavement, there's some wet spots, both on the entrance and the exit. Check those out real good. Check out the wet spots.
Let these guys go blow up the mud holes.
To be sitting on the starting line of the film industry race next to a true legend, J.N. Roberts, was really, really fantastic.
I've known this guy since he's about this long. Wow. Yeah, one of the things I'm most proud of is actually that I know J.N. When you guys watched Henry Sunday and saw that scene of him on that, the 400 Husky?
Yeah,
on that 400 Husky wide open across the desert. It's a real thing of beauty. J.N., I don't know if everybody knows, was the fastest all-time desert racer, bar none. He was the Jeremy McGrath of the desert and then some.
Back in the old days when I was fast.
If I could tell J.N.'s story, did you win 26 consecutive?
Right,
desert
26
races?
in a row I had.
And this is one
time.
thing for Mad Dog. 3 inches of travel and 3,000 guys lined up on the starting line, pinning it for a smoke bomb.
That's back when we could burn tires in the desert. They don't even let you ride out there hardly anymore.
Yeah, I know.
They found a bug.
So it's pretty cool to be on the starting line with J.N. It's one of the things that makes this event really what it is.
Sure is. I'm proud to be on the line with you, dude. No. 4 hours.
I don't know if they know that the future stars are here right now.
Yeah.
That's not exactly what we had in mind when it came to attention from the
No,
ladies. But
not at all. That's weak.
even the fellas are noticing us out here.
That's how it is in California.
Well, you know.
You never know. There she is. Hey, we got your brother here.
I'm sure we could beat him up.
This little
I'm
thing.
positive we could beat that dude up. Well, we should probably go sign in. Make sure that they know that we're here.
Yeah, we should check in with those guys.
Couple of lady killers like ourselves. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. All right, welcome to the Film Industry Grand Prix. First of all, I think we made the right call. I think you guys agree we made the right call on canceling because you guys got good weather and a good racetrack today. It's going to be a lot of fun. It will be live engine start. It will be one row at a time. I should get all my 250s over here. You guys are open, right? You guys? Okay, and these are 250s, right? Okay, one row at a time. Good luck, fire them up.
Pre-entered, I should be ready to go. I don't know what else. You want to frisk me, or is there anything I need done? Yeah, oh, I got the little sticker. I don't think they're going to see that little sticker on my bike. Yeah, I need a bigger sticker. Can you...
Wow, that's slippery out there.
Yeah, how did it work out for you today?
Well, I was going fast till I crashed and swapped ends in the back section and did a big high side over the bars.
You gonna go back out there?
I'm trying.
All right, good luck.
Working on as soon as I can see. I can't see. That film industry race, that's the race I almost cut it the most out here. You know, having worked full-time in the film industry for a lot of years, every day out here I'm always riding with all my buddies that work in the film industry and ride moto, so that's the one you like to say that you're the fastest man in the film industry with that title. Thanks a lot, it's my pleasure. Mouse.
How many times did you pass Mouse out there?
Massa?
Mouse.
Oh, Mouse, was he even in that race? I think he was behind me. Check with him. I'm not sure. Mouse, were you? Yeah, he was behind me. He just said it right there.
My bike's over in the shop getting repaired. Missing front fender, third gear, pin in the back section, over the doubles, looking good, all the way low-sided, lost the bike, skied on my shoulder. But I did damage my hero hook of that brand new helmet.
Yeah.
It's a great thing to be able to carry on a tradition and do it with your kids, do it with your friends, people you've known forever. And going to the race, showed up. I mean, it was 30 minutes of just getting through people of, hey man, how's it going? How you been? What's going on? You know, you racing today, and just a lot of great fun stuff that, reminiscing. You could sit there for days and reminisce with these guys. We got 3 days to do it. We could have had 3 more. It was awesome.
You're out here, Mike, having a good time. I notice you got a little partner with us. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, this is my son Sean. He's the youngest of my 3, and he's already riding, but wasn't quite ready for this. But this is really a big deal for us. We've been out here for 5 days, making like a real family event. My brothers and all my friends from work and neighbors, everybody out here.
Mike, what do you think about all the different industries coming together and sharing a weekend of racing and motorcycle riding and together just for fun? What does that kind of mean to you?
Well, it means a lot. It's not a motorcycle industry event like we do all year long. but to be out here with the Hollywood crew and the stunt guys, I mean, Kenny and Jimmy just do an awesome job of kind of blending these two very separate industries, but have such a fond, admiration for each other. We really connect when we see the guys doing the stunts on TV. We're like, hey, I wonder if we could do that. And then they see us riding, and they're probably thinking the same thing. Hey, we should be out there. We ride with those guys, and it's just done with such class. It's like no other event that we do. Nothing has this kind of class.
Ultimate question, did you have fun?
Hey, I'm still having fun. Yeah, I love it. I'm having.
Now all of us have kids, and our lives have changed, but we still have that common thread that we come back here, and now we're little kids again. We're getting roosted in the face. We're sitting there telling bench race stories, and we're bragging about how high we jumped, or how fast we went, or how slow your friend was, or how fast he was. I mean, the camaraderie that goes back and forth with people in motocross, I think is second to none. And now I'm starting to learn that with my son. I was talking with Tom Harper about the connection that he's made with his son driving to the track, the anticipation. My son wants to put his helmet on before we even get to the gate. He wants to go ride right now. Telling me about all the jumps he's going to do and how fast he's going to be, and brings me down to being a kid again. So when I go out and ride with him, I'm not a 37-year-old past champion. I'm a young man out having a great time with a friend of mine who happens to be my son, and to go out with my wife and my daughter and my other son as well. Just the whole family really has a great time.
I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. All right. Thanks. Thank you.
Monday through Friday, Steve McQueen was a movie star. But every weekend, he was just another dad out at the track.
My dad was very religious about taking us every Sunday out to Indian Dunes. And that went on for 3 years. And it was at that time that I met a guy named Kenny Alexander, a guy named Reed Rondell, and Scotty Wilder. It created lifetime relationships that it's cool, I mean, there's a deep friendship that seems to go along with these off-road motorcycle guys. And that's something I'm trying to teach my son now.
It reminds me of the old days riding with my dad, and it's quite a nice thing, and I'm happy to be part of it.
Eric Kehoe is on the line to ride in the Open GP. It was supposed to be his last race yesterday. Now he'll go straight from here to defend his wins in both the Moto aogo and the coup de grace. Webster defines coup de grace as a decisive finishing event, where a death blow administered to end the suffering of one mortally wounded. I'm sure Eric thought he'd been delivered a death blow in his battle with Kudrowski last year.
Good to watch old Kehoe. Me and Eric ride together every weekend, and Louis Franco. So it's good to see your buddies out here winning races too.
Got Eric Kehoe, who last year actually beat Kudrowski in the coup de grace, and probably one of the most heartfelt, courageous races I've ever seen anybody ride. Eric pulled out everything that he had. He'd been racing all weekend. Kudrowski showed up with a big fuel tank, dry brake, camel back on, hydrated, ready to go. And Eric just put it to him flat out, man. You saw after that race, Eric was totally dehydrated, had to go to the hospital for an IV, but to see the courage Eric put forth was inspiring on the sidelines last year, and definitely got me motivated to race this year.
Get that chair. Get the chair. Eric, sit down, man. Sit down, Hawk. Sit down.
Looks like Rob and Kevin got everything squared away at the sign-up table and are back on track. Now they're headed over to check the start of the next race. Their weekend didn't start out too good, but things are starting to look up. This is the second year the Women's Motocross League has hosted a race here.
She said okay, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
She said okay, now what are we gonna do?
Ask her if she does the rodeo.
I'm not asking her nothing, she said okay, man.
I think
if she
does
digs
the
us,
rodeo.
then we got problems.
Do you need help with your goggles or anything? Yeah? We'll help you start your bike when you're ready.
That we started, huh?
Yeah.
I always have trouble with that.
Hi, Mom.
In 1966, 2 women raced Hopetown. The next year, the Dirt Diggers said that if at least 12 signed up, they could have their own class. They beat the bushes and came up with exactly 12, a couple of whom had never raced before. Ellen Mann, a teenager from Sweden, could give a lot of these guys out here a hard time.
I told you. I gotta thank Ricky Johnson, but I can't tell him why. Tell you why.
We loosened him up last night. We got him to relax. Focus more on having a good time. And look what you did. You go out and dominate this morning.
It was really RJ. You know the story about the Papa Bull and the Baby Bull? I can't really finish it here, but RJ's always been my Papa Bull.
I sat him down, got him straightened out. He's back on the money.
And I was just out there having fun. So I got to thank my uncle RJ.
That's right.
Our big brother. Or
whatever you want to call it. Boyfriend.
There was a big double kind of right in the middle. Had a big step off out here one time. It's kind of scared the crap out of me, but yeah, I still ride. Yeah.
Are you thinking of riding out here today at all?
No. I just got in late last night. I was with my mom for Thanksgiving back in Boston. So I understand it was just raining like heck out here yesterday.
Yeah,
windy or rain?
Both. A lot of rain, a lot of wind.
Wow.
Well, we're glad to see you made it out here today. Anybody you looking out for special out here? Any favorites?
I got a good friend of mine, Mike Webb, is racing today. Another good friend of mine, Joe Columbaros. They're, a couple of old guys. But yeah, it's always great to see the younger kids coming in, and the girls are out there kicking the old guys' asses right now, so that's pretty funny. That's great.
Here's to it, Moto Go-Go, baby, all the way.
So coming off winning the film industry race, I was feeling pretty good. I definitely had my race face on and was ready for Moto Go-Go. Moto Go-Go this year turned out to be probably the toughest race of all.
I haven't ridden all year. I think
And you had more ex-national champions and ex-factory riders and local pros and fast young up-and-coming kids in that race than just about any race I can remember in a long time.
Like 3/4 of the way down, before the corner on the right-hand side. So he's gonna jump out. Yeah, he has a bright red shirt on. Okay.
I was riding with Eric Kehoe, who's been my friend for 25 years, and we were defending champions of the Moto Go-Go.
This guy had surgery like 3 days ago. I just got all the rods out of my back. Just waiting now to heal up.
And we look down that starting line and you see Mickey Diamond, Scott Sheik, Jeff Emig, Ricky Johnson, Mike Brown, Ronnie Machine. It goes on and on.
What he said was, he likes some of those.
Man, how come we have so many people on this road? Like everyone's gonna be banging bars here.
That starting line was really crowded. I think maybe we had a little too many people on that front line, 'cause kind of a narrow place. And Kehoe was boxed in, and Eric's a pretty quiet guy, and not really the type of guy to start pushing guys out of the way. And he kind of got staggered back on the start, and I was like, man, Eric, what's going on here?
foot exchange. It's all about the exchange right here. Fit your head through there and he's gone.
Where the hell he's supposed to be, because I don't even think he knows yet.
We got to stay focused for an hour and a half, 90 minutes of work here. I hope my teammate and I can pull it off. Some things are for mechanics, not the riders. I think we got to up the budget maybe. Next year I'll get a mechanic and I won't have to pull this off. Feeling pretty comfortable right in here. Looks like we're kind of souped here. This looks like a good spot. Been waiting for him to call my number, 0. It ain't gonna happen. I'll make it happen in the front row. I moved down to the outside. I like the outside corner. Looks like it's fast. It's got my name all over
So we took off, and I think Eric got boxed out in the start, and he might have been 8th or 9th coming around. And the way that first lap goes, you don't want to make too many mistakes, like passing everybody. So he did the smart thing and just stayed in the train and let it shake out. Mickey Diamond, Fowler, I don't know, there's just a ton of dudes in there. We were all just 2 and 3 abreast railing. We came in and I watched Mickey Diamond clear this mud hole. There's that mud hole coming back by the start, and Fowler landed in it. He splashed me and almost took me out. I passed him right down there, ran down Mickey Diamond, got back in about 4th place, coming over, handed back to Kehoe, and then he brought it up, and next thing I know, we were in the lead.
R.J. Thompson. Okay.
Mike Healy and R.J. Thompson were a really solid team. You got a guy, Mike Healy's missed the 250 World Championship twice by 3 points, riding with R.J. Thompson, who's now Factory Suzuki up and coming pro. They were a really fierce team.
Talking about the brothers that I have in the stunt business, there's one of them right here. This is David Ellis. We met on a movie called Big Wednesday, and then he doubled me in a movie called Fooling Around. Kerry Lofton was gapping it. David took over. Long time ago, but not that far. Anyway, this is one of the reasons I'm here, a big reason. David
There you go.
Ellis
Thank you.
and my other brothers. How are you? We're gonna go fight.
Ricky Johnson was doing the rider exchange next to us. A good friend of ours, Mike Johnson, stunt driver. And we were a lap up on them, and Ricky hopped out of the pits just ahead of me. Ricky Johnson was just out there having fun. About 3/4 into it, he looked behind and saw we were there. This is one of those moments where you get to witness true brilliance. Rick Johnson stepped into that slot. Having fun, he just turned it on. Right behind RJ. To watch him step into national pace, he stepped into it just like putting on a pair of shoes. He was right there and he screwed it on. After chasing him around that lap, Healy, we came off. He was pitted next to me. He threw his arms in the air and started laughing. He was so stoked that he pulled me around there that lap. It was kind of like his own little fun moment of banging with us. He was just out there having fun.
Now we thought Rob and Kevin had their act together, but we were wrong. To score the race, both bikes must sport the same number. We don't know what happened here.
Most disappointing moment of the weekend came after probably the best moment of the weekend, but that's racing.
Off the same time Ricky came in. He might score right now.
Eric took off at the same time.
Yeah, he might be scoring him perfectly. I don't know. Just turn around though. Let's turn up. Get yourself
Mike, tell us what's going on out there, buddy.
Oh, it was a rough race. Mouse Road with Kehoe were just two of the fastest guys out here. And I brought one of my school guys out, RJ. Just thought, hey, we can hang in there for that long moto until something goes down.
Hey, I noticed that Eric and Mouse, they kind of disappeared to the track. RJ, do you have any idea what happened? Yeah, we were leading, had probably about, had a couple, 3 or 4 seconds on Mike Healy and RJ Thompson. It was pretty rough down that back straightaway. And I was hauling ass coming in that corner, hit a hole. My bike kicked up and the motor stalled. I kicked and stalled the motor on this 4-stroke. When I landed, the rear wheel was locked up from the motor being stalled, and I swapped sideways and went over the bars. It's kind of a bummer. We had that race covered, definitely, leading with 2 laps left. And Eric Kehoe was hauling ass, holding up his end of the bargain. I kept in the lead in front of Mike Healy, and we were there. It was almost at the end. It's just a shame that it had to go down like that. We pulled away from everybody else hard. There wasn't no one even close. But you know what? That's racing out here. When you're going for it, you're hauling ass. Sometimes you're hanging out and it bites you.
shake it off and bounce back to the Ironman?
Yeah, I hit the ground pretty good, but I'll be ready.
The first coup de grace was won by Chris Gosler, the second by Eric Kehoe. Today, 148 men and women are on the line. There are probably only a handful capable of winning. The rest just want to survive, cross the finish line, and earn the right to say, I did it. The winners will go through 6 gallons of gas and complete 35 to 40 laps of a 3-mile motocross track wide open.
try to keep a cool head and make sure you get a good pit, get your tank full. If your goggles are dirty, wipe them off, because this means quite a bit, being able to see, of course. And if you're thirsty, get a quick drink of water.
Want water? I can't have my Thank you guys for filling me.
Mouse was running fourth when he ran out of gas on the back section of the course. His crew found him pushing his bike back.
We're gonna have to hit another splash then. Won't go an hour, let's give it a splash. Oh shit, I'm push up. We'll get this close. No.
That was Eric Keogh's mechanic. He just ran out of gas.
Keogh ran out too. Keogh ran out. He didn't finish? No, he finished. He ran out just like you. Same deal. Come on. Yeah, Barry. That's good, buddy. Nice job. Yeah. My back around the whole time.
Awesome, man. It was great. Had a good pit crew. You know, we had to stop 3 times, and that was unbelievable.
Are you tired?
No, I can go another hour.
Kudrowski. Hey, you're a badass motherfucker, dude. Mike Kudrowski is a man. Hey, looks so good out there. I'm pumped for you, man. You know what's badass? Kudrowski's 32, same age as me, and he hauls ass. Hey, one more thing about Day in the Dirt. Mike Kudrowski and I grew up in Canyon Country, raced 80s together, raced 125s, been a good friend for a long time. Being able to be out there racing with my old friends makes it all worthwhile. So the whole deal's about, man.
Yeah, definitely. That's the job. Thanks.
I'm not sure. I didn't even see it. But we were come on up your line.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Who pitted for you?
I feel awesome.
Yeah, the Iron Man, all himself. Huh?
Man, I'm gonna throw up.
Aren't you glad you worked out like you did? You cut down 20 pounds from last month. You were on a roll.
I trimmed it down to an even 1,000.
I know that first hour you were just slamming people.
I kept thinking the flag's gonna come out any minute. It's gonna be over.
Oh.
That was the first lap.
First, my hands went away, then my elbows cramped up and started hurting. How you do it? Then my shoulders went away, my hips so stiff. You know, 2 broken hips, and I mean, they just don't work anymore. It's like, who took my suspension away? This thing's on like steel bars. It's airfree.
My hands just froze on the bar.
I had to have Tammy open this Coke for me. I couldn't.
Get mad if I go knock Jay or Inch out there?
Oh man, it was good.
You don't have to for another year. So good. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. So cool.
Yeah, Michael.
Woo! Thank you.
Thank you.
Ready to go again? Oh yeah. Is there another race we could do today? Maybe a 3.5-hour long race or something? I want to talk to my agent. There was none of this in my contract. Nothing. It's supposed to be chicks and booze. California lovin'.
Let's give these guys right here a hand. I mean, come on. Get us over to riding. Get us on Eric Kehoe.
That is the toughest, most brutal, ugly race that there is, but it's the coolest one, huh? That's why I said it. Oh my God. Yeah, baby.
148 entered, 87 finished. Kudrowski won. Mike Brown took second. Eric Kehoe third. Chris Neitzel fourth. And Clay Collin fifth. Mouse McCoy finished sixth. '21 earned the Ironman Award, including the first woman, Sarah Schilke. Buddies, bikes, and some really good dirt. Like I said, the perfect way to spend a Thanksgiving weekend. It hasn't changed in 35 years.